There are a lot of strategies that players use when it comes to Minecraft speedrunning. Whether you play RSG, SSG, or even FSG, there are a lot of different strategies that players use to get the fastest times in these categories. Whether you're resetting for a village or ocean spawn in RSG, resetting for a good spawn in SSG, or if you're resetting for good nethers in FSG. But when someone gets a really good time in 1.16 RSG using monument strats, it can show other top players that some of these strategies have serious potential even if they're not used that often. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining how Dylqn managed to get an insane time of 12 minutes and 14 seconds in 1.16 RSG using monument strats. Dylqn spawns on an island next to an ocean where he sees a shipwreck in the distance. He hops in the ocean and sees a nearby dolphin, and he uses the dolphin grace powers he gets from it to swim to the nearby shipwreck. As he is swimming to the shipwreck, he can see that there is an ocean monument just behind the shipwreck. Knowing this, he enters the shipwreck where from the treasure chest, he gets 18 iron ingots. After getting that insane amount of iron, he goes to the food chest where he gets 20 wheat and some armor. He gets a little bit of wood for the shipwreck and crafts full iron tools, a bucket, a boat, and some food. He grabs a little bit more wood from the other side of the shipwreck and then heads off to the monument. Normally, if you were to go in range of the ocean monument, you would probably get mining fatigue from the Elder Guardians. To avoid this, Dylqn lowers his render distance down to 2 chunks, which means there is only 2 Elder Guardians loaded at once. If he's lucky enough, only 1 Elder Guardian. After doing this, he goes to the archers at the back of the ocean monument, which can help work out where the room full of gold is. After having enough luck to instantly find the gold room, he gets the 8 blocks that can generate in there. He then proceeds to leave the ocean monument with 8 gold blocks in his inventory, hoping to find a dolphin to swim faster nearby. He then uses the dolphin's grace ability to hopefully find a nearby place to build his portal. After finding a viable place to build his portal, he goes to the bottom of the ocean and mines up some gravel, where he hopes to get a piece of flint so he can craft his flint and steel. After getting a piece of flint, he crafts his flint and steel and then goes into the cave. When he's looking through the cave, he manages to find a place where he can build his portal and some nearby diamonds that he goes and collects. He swims to the place where he wants to build his portal, then goes and builds his portal, entering the Nether at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. When he spawns into the Nether, he's hoping for a nearby fortress and a few piglins. Since he's already got enough gold blocks from the ocean monument, he doesn't need to find a bastion. All he needs is a fortress and a few piglins. Lucky enough for him, he manages to get just that.
An instant bastion. I don't think there's a bastion. Oh, let's go. Chat, run on monument, run. Oh, there's pigs. Oh my gosh, there's 3 of them.
With Dylqn having a fortress and a nearby group of piglins right at the spawn of the Nether, he knows that this is going to be a great paced run. Knowing this, he quickly runs over to the piglins, crafting some gold and luring them into a hole he digs out. While he's waiting for his piglins to trade a few pearls and a fire res potion, he goes back to his fortress, crafting a diamond pickaxe to get 3 obsidian from his Nether portal. After this, he runs back to his piglins where he can see that he already has 10 pearls, enough string for the rest of the run, and a fire res potion. Without wasting any more time, he pearls up to the fortress and drinks a fire resistance potion. He searches around the fortress for a little bit where he notices a blaze spawner and then throws a second pearl over to it. After having a little bit of a fight with some wither skeletons, he makes his way to the blaze spawner and then kills some blazes. After spending a few minutes of the run clearing out the blaze spawner and killing blazes, he can leave the fortress, going 6 for 11 on rod drops. He quickly rushes out of the fortress using his boat to quickly travel down to the piglins. He's surprised to see that he still has a piglin left over, since if you don't put your piglins in a boat, there is a very high chance that they will despawn. You're probably thinking that you've never seen this happen in a bastion, and that's because bastion piglins and regular piglins are a little bit different. Bastion piglins will never go away unless they walk off themselves, you kill them, or they die themselves. Whereas regular piglins can just despawn if you walk away too far. To avoid this a slight bit, you can put them in a boat which has a very high chance that they won't despawn. With Dylqn seeing that he still has a piglin left over, considering he didn't put a boat down, surprises him a little bit. With that out of the way, he checks his trades where he sees he has enough string, enough pearls, and enough obsidian for the rest of his run. These are where the nerves would start to kick in since he can see that he's on a really good paced run. He heads back to his nearby nether portal and goes back through where he does a strategy called educated travel. You've probably heard of 3 types of nether travel in Minecraft speedruns: blind traveling, calculated traveling, and educated traveling. You might have also heard of axis calculated, but that's a lot harder and I won't be talking about that. What I will be talking about is the difference between educated and calculated travel. Calculated travel is where you throw 2 eyes 16 blocks away from each other and estimate the distance of the stronghold. Whereas with educated travel, you work out the direction of the stronghold and then guess how far you have to go to find the stronghold. Quite a few runners do get that a bit confused, so I thought I'd explain it a little bit. The route that Dylqn decides to choose is educated travel. He throws a pearl and works out the direction of the stronghold and then goes back through his nether portal. He travels about 250 blocks and then builds his second portal. He can only guess how far the stronghold is since he can't really work out the distance of it. So building his portal where he is roughly in the ring of the stronghold. He finishes building his portal and then exits the nether at 9 minutes and 45 seconds. After heading back through to the overworld, he throws his Eye of Ender, and it shows that the angle of the stronghold hasn't changed at all. This probably confuses Dylqn a little bit since he's quite far out from the world origin. After travelling a little bit, he throws a second eye where he can see that the angle drastically changes. He probably just threw his first eye a little bit at an awkward angle, making it look like that he hadn't moved at all. He travels around the ocean a little bit and then sees the stronghold just in the distance. When he arrives at the stronghold, he immediately sees the portal room and then enters the portal room, entering the end at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. This is where he starts to go into a bit of a focus mode because he's about to break a big world record. Now, it may not be the RSG world record itself, but it's the fastest pace anyone has ever been on in a monument run. Without hesitating at all, he throws a pearl to the fountain of the End Island and then sets up his 1 cycle. After crafting a few beds to be able to complete his 1 cycle with, he prays that he gets a 1 in 13 chance of an instant dragon perch. Getting this is the only way he's gonna be able to beat his PB of 12 minutes and 30 seconds. And for once, the game decides to let us see what we really have wanted to see for a while: an instant dragon perch.
Perch. Perch. Perch, please. Come on. Please. Ah! My PP.
Dylqn closes out the run with a 4-bed 1 cycle, we can see that he's very excited with this time and the new Monument Speedrun world record. It may be only a micro PB, but he still managed to beat his already insane PB and get a 12-minute and 14-second personal best Minecraft speedrun. Now, as always, make sure you go subscribe to Dylqn. The link of his channel will be in the description, and I really recommend you go check out his channel. And if you're feeling generous enough and you enjoyed my analysis, please consider subscribing to me as well, as I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. Thank you everybody so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.